Okay, so we are checking out your house today, and it's kind of like a narrative adventure, like puzzle adventure, and it's been on my list for a while. So I thought, you know what, let's check it out. It seems kind of perfect for the channel, and it's all hand drawn, which is really cool. So yeah, hopefully we enjoy it. Sit back and relax, and let's dive into your house. Hicksville boarding school. I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh, I'm so gullible. I'm so stupid. Oh, I deserve this. Oh. Say Ferris, I like that. I deserve this gash on my head. How could she do this to me? I'm her best friend. I'm supposed to be her best friend. As soon as she reaches her dorm, Debbie heads straight to the bathroom and locks herself in. She presses her hand to the wound on her forehead. Blood runs down her cheeks, and neck staining her Hicksville college uniform. How could I have been so stupid not to have noticed, she wonders. She contemplates herself in the mirror and dabs at the cut with a damp cloth. She'd been driving at 100 kilometers per hour, tears streaming down her cheeks. Had she not been wearing a helmet, the accident could have been fatal. Oh, so she's on a motorcycle. Otherwise, she's wearing a helmet in a car, I guess. And today of all days. Oh, and today, my 18th birthday. Cool. A few hours ago, Debbie completed another lap around the sun. There's only a few minutes left until midnight, and not one person has wished her a happy birthday. Not even in her worst nightmare could she have imagined coming of age would be so traumatic. Debbie was still wiping away the dried blood and smeared mascara when she sees it in the mirror. There's an envelope on the top of her dresser. What's this? Her name is written on the envelope in marker pen. The handwriting is both exquisite and disturbing. Can we see it then? Because that's quite a description. Anyway. Debbie flips it over, but there's no return address. The stamps look foreign. Who could it be from? She doesn't remember the last time she received a letter that wasn't fine. After a few seconds, Debbie begins to slowly tear the envelope and opens it. Ooh. Leo Motel? 57B East Side School Road, Hicksville. I mean, if this is like America, why is she using kilometers? Maybe she's just cool and loves the metric system. Okay. Oh, so this is both exquisite and disturbing. Oh, so that's... Okay, cool. I like that. Can I... Oh, no, we can't click on anything else. Happy birthday! She pulls out a postcard from inside the envelope. On the front is a photograph of a place she doesn't recognize. The address written on it is equally as strange. It's completely incomprehensible, mysterious even. Debbie studies the stamp, hoping it might offer a clue. I have no idea where this bird is from. There's something else inside the envelope. It's a key and it has a tag. She picks up the key and looks at the tag. Happy birthday. The first message she's had all day. Who the hell sent me this? Is this some kind of joke? Ouch. Sharp pain pierces through her head. The wound in her forehead throbs. She really needs to rest. It has been an intense day. I mean, if she's just had a head trauma, maybe it's best if we don't rest. Anyway. Can we have a look at the photograph? No. Dang it. Okay. She pushes her backpack off her bed and it falls to the floor with a thump. She slowly takes off her sneakers and lies down on top of the crumped quilt. Crumped quilt? Okay. She holds the postcard up and stares at it until her vision blurs and her eyelids feel heavy. Exhausted, Debbie drops the postcard onto her chest and sighs. Her gaze wanders to the ceiling above her. Ceiling? Oh, stays at ceiling. Oh, what? Nicole, that filthy, deceitful rat. She doesn't even like David. Why did she do it? Was she jealous? Or was it just to satisfy her spoiled brat ego? I trusted her. I told her how I felt about David. Oh, how I thought I felt about him. Note to self, never fall in love with the captain of the lacrosse team. Oh, I missed the ending. Dang it, I clicked on it thinking it was a clicky thing. Am I... Oh, staying awake. Roller skates? Oh, she hit someone. What? Damn it. That image is going to stay with me for the rest of my life. They weren't even trying to hide it. They were right there, making out in the pub in front of everyone, laughing in my face. Talk about being two-faced. I chose not to make a scene, yet I made sure to pour a pint of beer over them as I left. But then the accident. Where was I? I remember the screeching of the brakes, the feeling of flying through the air, the driver's look of horror when he asked if I was all right. Poor guy. Oh, we were hit. He was more freaked out than I was when he saw the blood on the pavement. Oh, so it wasn't a motorcycle. We were the person on the roller skates. Hence the headache. Bad kid lie. Who's that? Okay. On Monday, I was kicked out of boarding school again. I'm really outdoing myself. This is the third time this year. The way my dad shot me that "you really disappointed me" glare when I was talking to Strickland, it was priceless. And that sorry excuse of a principal went on, reeling off my greatest achievements, repeatedly skipping class, alcohol and drug use onto school premises, zero respect for rules and school values. My dad has given me way too many ultimatums. He's well aware that shipping me off to some other boarding school would be doing me a favour. He has a million other tricks up his sleeve when it comes to making my life miserable. But if he dares lay a hand on me again, he'll know what's coming. I made that crystal clear to him last Christmas. Oh, gotta open it up. It's unusual so far, right? Debbie jolts upright. There's no point fooling herself any longer. A good night's sleep is out of the question tonight, and of all of the nights for the next 18 years of her life. What? 18 years? What are we doing for 18 years? Thousands of thoughts swirl around in her mind. She pushes all but one aside, which begins to make more and more sense. To run away. To get out of this place, right now, without a minute to waste. Yes, that's what she's going to do. She'll have to think on her feet and figure out a way to find the address on the postcard. It's a leap in the dark. She knows there might be nothing there, and that the key might be nothing more than a yoke. But right now, anything is better than staying in Hicksville. Adrenaline pumping, Debbie empties her backpack, letting her science and economics books tumble to the floor. She can fill it with more useful things. Oh, like Teddy. Okay. Ah, these are things we gotta find. Oh, not Teddy. Okay. So, ow. Oh, these are things I gotta click on. Okay. She scours the room looking for anything she might need. Some clothes. Oh, I missed the picture of that. She looked like she had a cool t-shirt. Ladies Who Lust. That's cute. A handkerchief. Clothes, her slippers, and her toothbrush. She opens her desk drawer and finds a map. When is this set? I guess in the past. A Swiss Army knife. Yes. Ah, yes. Some cash would be helpful. She bends down and pulls out a small wooden box from under her bed. This is where she keeps the money her Aunt Lucille gave her. There's enough to keep her going for 6 months or so. She also picks up her amulet. Ooh. It's a small jewel that Aunt Lucille gave her. It was her mom's. She would have liked you to have it, her aunt told her. Debbie never met her mom. She died when she was 4 years old. Well, did she not meet her when she was 4? Ours is not to judge, okay? But now is not the time to think about that. She stuffs her belongings into her backpack, along with the postcard and the key. Debbie puts on her jacket and pulls a hat over her head. She looks in the mirror and barely recognizes herself. The wound on her forehead is swelling and turning purple, but at least it has stopped bleeding. It's already past midnight. The guards will be patrolling the halls of the residence, so the only alternative is the window. Debbie opens it. Full nighttime breeze and the height she's on the second floor send a shiver down her spine. For a brief moment, Debbie turns and looks back at the dorm room behind her. Fuck it. This isn't my house. Oh, so now if I click on this, we got everything? Yes. Oh. Oh, now we can click on things. That's cool. Can't click on anything or else, right? No. Okay. Awesome. Debbie sticks one leg out of the window and looks around outside. She knows she must rely on the cover of darkness to make her escape. Hundreds of stars flicker above her, but the night sky is moonless. There doesn't seem to be anyone in the garden. She hears voices and laughter coming from one of the dorm rooms. Another sleepover I wasn't invited to. Good. That'll keep the night guards busy. Debbie leans on a windowsill gingerly and clutches at the mouldy bricks. She pulls herself up, placing her feet on the dangerously narrow ledge. Moving her hands and feet simultaneously, she shimmies over to the drain pipe. As soon as she reaches the cold metal pipe, she grabs it and slides down it. Look at her go! Ouch! She must have misjudged this distance and has tumbled onto a planter. The bushes cushioned the blow. She isn't hurt, but the crash might have caught someone's attention. So much for being quiet. She's going to have to cross the garden quickly without getting caught. She has 40 seconds to get to the fence and jump over it when the guard isn't looking. Debbie runs. Runs more. Runs, and more. Runs, fast. Runs, fast. How much running? Oh, we had to do it in order. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, we're not going to make it now. Runs! Try again. Oh my god. Well, then we had heaps of time. I didn't realize that's what we had to do. Runs and more. Runs, fast. Runs, without looking back. Runs, and runs. Moment when the guard isn't looking. Jumps. Aha. Clever. She sneaks towards the parking lot, crouching down as she goes. There must be some clueless student who forgot to lock their car or left the window half open. That's when she spots it. Parked a few feet away is Nicole's brand new red motorbike. A sly grin spreads across her lips. She'll have to hotwire the engine, but fortunately she's got some experience with that. Debbie rummages under the tank and finds the electrical circuit. She has to cut the wires. Swiss Army knife. So that one. Now she can cut the wires. Without thinking twice, she opens her backpack and takes out the Swiss Army knife. Sure, it'll come in handy. Now Debbie must first connect the green wire to the black wire. Okay. And then the red wire to the blue wire. Hang on. Okay, so green wire to the black. So we need this to be green to the black. And then the red wire to the blue wire? Start. Okay. Bike starts up with a roar that sounds like pure freedom. As the security guard approaches the parking lot, Debbie grips the handlebars and accelerates, getting out of there as fast as she can. Quid pro quo, Nicole. Your bike is in exchange for Slimy David. She takes the first exit she comes to. Debbie can't help but think about the boarding school. They'll probably even haven't noticed she's gone. Tomorrow morning, they'll start looking for her. Her body aches and her head throbs, but she can't stop. She must get to her destination as soon as possible. First, she must get her bearings and decide whether to take the interstate or the Hicksville Freeway. Maybe the interstate? I don't know. Debbie's eyes start to feel heavy. She passes a sign for a service area a few miles up ahead. It's tempting. She still has a little gas in her tank, but it wouldn't hurt to stop for coffee and a bite to eat. Or would she be taking an unnecessary risk? She decides whether to keep going or stop and rest. Let's stop and rest. She definitely needs to take a break to refuel. After filling up the bike, she heads towards the service station bar. Debbie slumps down at the table by the window. She slowly sips and then sips on a hot coffee and devours a sugary muffin that fulfills all the criteria of mass-produced snack. Lost in her thoughts, Debbie imagines her dad's reaction when they tell him she's run away. How could you let this happen, Strickland? I thought you ran a serious institution. She was always trouble, Mr. Clough. What are you implying? Are you telling me I don't know how to bring up my own daughter? Feeling a curious mix of embarrassment and delight, Debbie slurps the last sip of coffee and lays out the map on the table. She still has quite a way to go. She can take the 86 to Norfolk or the back road to Pine Bluffs. I mean, can we check the map? Oh, no, back. Okay. Yeah. How would I know which is better? I guess it's like, if you stuff it up, you have to like start again. Maybe the back road? I don't know. As she drives, memories of the past she's leaving behind come flooding back. Lost in regret and overcome with fatigue, her grip weakens and the bike slows. Seriously, what am I doing? Get some random anonymous postcard and suddenly I'm ready to send everything and everyone to hell? A freight truck overtakes her abruptly, bringing her back to reality. The strong tailwind forces her to straighten up. Traffic on the road is getting heavier by the minute. No more looking back. She needs to focus on the present and on the future. An hour and a half later, she passes a sign announcing her destination. Oh my gosh. Why do I keep picking games with so much words? It's almost noon when Debbie finally reaches her destination. She's in what appears to be a quiet residential area at the end of a boulevard lined with tall, leafy streets. The houses are big, with well-kept gardens and welcoming front porches. There's hardly anyone around, just a few kids playing in the driveways and friendly-looking neighbor walking the dog. It looks like a really nice neighborhood. Debbie turns off the engine and reads the street name again. She takes off her backpack and opens it to double-check the address on the postcard. 57B East Side. Yep, this is it. Sets off again much more slowly, her eyes scanning for number 57 along the odd-numbered sidewalk. She feels her pulse start to quicken. 7, 19, 25, 33, 41. Hut! It can't be. What, the spookiest house on the street? Debbie stops in front of number 57 and gets off the bike. She can hardly believe her eyes. In front of her is a house she can't even begin to describe. She simply can't put it into words. It's beautiful. It's also creepy. It's like the Baudelaire house or something like that. It's beautiful, Debbie murmurs, as she crosses the street and approaches the gate, unable to take her eyes off the impressive mansion before her. The gate looks like it's open. Debbie looks both ways, afraid someone is watching her, but there's not a soul in sight. Happy birthday, she says to herself. Open. Debbie crosses the garden on a narrow pathway bordered by brightly coloured plants. Dry leaves crunch beneath her feet, and it looks like no one has mowed the lawn in weeks. A small slope leads her to the front door. The wooden porch creaks under her feet as she stops in front of the door, solid and simple in design. She hesitates for a moment, then knocks. She tries again and again and again. She's got the key! No one answers. Debbie goes to push open the door, but is firmly locked. To her right is something that looks like an intercom, but it's turned off. There's a small slot in the panel. Perhaps she needs a key to activate it. Perhaps she does. How do we... How can I... Oh, do I click on... Nope. How do we get the key? Oh. Yes. Put it and go and then key. Oh. She inserts the key into the slot and the display lights up. The intercom is now turned on. Debbie tries to open the door again, but it's still locked. Looks like she needs an enter a combination. From the looks of it, no conventional security system, but there's no questioning its effectiveness. What now? Let's have a look. Is that on the postcard? Is it 87002? Let's try that. 87002. Oh.
Take a good look at what once came your way. The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Oh, cars, birds, and trees? What? Houses are big. It's turns off the engine. Reads the street name again. Takes off her backpack. Okay. Beautiful. Plants. Wooden porch creaks under his Inserts the key into the slot and the display lights up. Intercom is now turned on. So I mean, unless it's going off this, in which case cars would be 0. Birds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think that's correct. Oh, this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. I'm going to have to write this down. Not in that book. Oh, yeah. We already have a pen there. So, 6. Cars, birds, which is 3, and trees, which is 5. Alright, let's give that a try. Oh.
Take a good look at what once came your way.
Yes.
The cars, birds, and trees are the key to entering this place.
Oh, what did I miss? Cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 cars. 5. Birds is that many, right? Oh, lever. Okay, so 6, 4, 5. Let's try that one. Woohoo! So me.
Home, colon.
Oh,
Your
who's
regular
calling?
place of residence and one in which you live your private or family life. You know, that sounds great, but who am I kidding?
Oh.
I've never had a home. Till now, at least. So it's been over a week since I arrived here, and I'm still not sure if this house is a gift or a joke. Like, I feel like at any moment someone's gonna burst through the door, see me living here, and call the cops, and it's either gonna be some loaded lowlife or a happy family with their 3 blonde kids and a dog. I once read on a mug that the best things in life are free. Dreams, laughter, hugs. Okay, yeah. What a load of nonsense.
Okay.
Every night I go to bed wondering who sent me this letter and this key, and I wonder why they did it. Like, there's too many unanswered questions. How am I supposed to relax like this? I saw that figure dressed in black again today. They were snooping around the garden fence, and... Who are you? Are you behind all of this? I'm leaving behind this tape recording in case I disappear or something happens to me.
Ooh. Okay, so we left that. Okay. Not touched it. Oh, sounds like someone's ringing the bell. Okay, bathroom. A jet hot pressurized water massages Debbie's neck and shoulders. The shower, much like the bathroom and the rest of the house, is spacious and sophisticated in design. She's been settled in for over several weeks now, but it still feels like an outsider. She still feels like an outsider. She can't help but wonder what stories lie hidden in the furniture and paintings that adorn the many rooms of the mansion. Nevertheless, her initial doubts and fears have given way to a sense of excitement at starting afresh. Debbie has convinced herself that the house is a gift, a chance to leave a dark and miserable past behind her. Wait a minute, is that the doorbell? She turns off to shower. She listens with bated breath. Yeah, I can definitely hear it. It's the first time she's ever heard it, but it does indeed sound like a doorbell. She has the music on full blast, so whoever it is probably already knows someone's home. Her heart hammering, Debbie pulls on her bathrobe. She hurriedly walks out the bathroom. Where did she get the bathrobe from? She didn't take one. Not bothering to dry herself off, Debbie walks straight into the bedroom, leaving wet footprints and dripping water all over the floor. Distressed, she hesitates between putting on some clothes. Dressing room. They can wait, she mutters to herself as she opens the door to the adjoining room. When she first inspected it, Debbie didn't think much of the surprising fact that the dressing room was full of women's clothes, outfits, shoes, all of which were precisely her size. Maybe it was just a coincidence, or maybe the mysterious person who sent her the letter with the key knew her much better than she cared to admit. After slipping on some pants and grabbing a t-shirt at random, Debbie leaves the dressing room in a hurry. Ah, well, that explains why she had a bathrobe. How annoying. Who could it be? Could it be something to do with that sinister-looking character she saw a few days ago? Debbie grimaces semi-approvingly as she sees the summary print of the t-shirt she picked out reflected in the closet mirror. Feeling uneasy, she leaves the bedroom. Now we're in the hallway. 2 further sharp rings demand her presence. Debbie has the vague feeling that taking her time to open the door gives her a certain sense of authority, as if that were irrefutable proof that she truly is the owner of the house. However, her steps unconsciously quicken, driven by anguish. The pictures hanging on the walls in the hallway watch as Debbie runs past and reaches the stairs, practically skidding. God, this house is massive. Stairs. Debbie has spent the last few days mentally coming up with a false identity for herself, just in case any nosy neighbor shows up asking awkward questions. She'll fake a French accent and claim to be an exchange student renting the mansion. Moi, je m'appelle Catherine. Moi, je m'appelle Catherine. I speak very bad English, désolé. Absent-minded, Debbie plays a conversation out in her head as she descends a staircase 2 steps at a time. Sliding her hand along the railing, she reaches the last step. She stumbles foolishly and is about to fall before she ends up in the living room. Oh my god, what terrible time to stumble. Debbie reacts just in time and grabs a bookshelf to stop herself from falling flat on her face. In an effort to calm herself down, she approaches the stereo, which is still blaring music. It is a superb piece of equipment, worthy of a melomaniac. I was about to say melodramatic. Debbie loves to turn the music on full blast and dance by herself, be it in the morning, as soon as she wakes up, or at midnight, naked and savoring a glass of wine. Okay, where is she? Because if she's in America and she's just turned 18, she can't buy wine, right? Look, I know this is a game. I know it's not real. It's just taking me out of it. Is she in Canada? Is the age of drinking there like 18? I don't know. Anyway, at first she was worried about bothering the neighbours, but seeing that no one complained, she gradually turned up the volume. As soon as she turns off the music, the doorbell can be heard crystal clear. She feels defenseless as she has revealed her standing on a strategic game. Her pulse quickens. They're still here, she thinks. She crosses the hall. There she goes. She shakes her hands around in the air in an attempt to dry off her sweaty palms. She then stops and stands on a carpet in the entrance hall. Oh, she's breathing. And mentally begins to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's no doubt about it. Doorbell has stopped ringing. In the silence now, she can even hear herself breathing. Seriously? She mutters to herself, somewhat relieved. She carefully creeps up to the door, poised to peer through the peephole. No one's there. No one. They're gone. All she can see through the peephole is an empty porch in the garden. Suddenly a knock startles her. The sound is now coming from the back door. Who do they think they are? She quickly retraces her steps. Debbie boldly walks into the living room, but gradually her pace slows to a halt. The sofas, the floor lamp, and the bookcases are all full of books to taunt her. She clearly recalls there being a back door in the kitchen, but how'd you get to it? You have to go through the dining room and then... No, wait. Her nerves are getting the best of her, making it difficult to find her bearings. In front of her, there is a wooden door. On the left, a large sliding door. Office room. There's a cozy little room, a nice nook to work in. It has a vintage desk. Lots of books, many of them on architecture, and a drinks cabinet. No, this is the office. This is not the way. Somewhat maze-like layout of the rooms often still causes Debbie to get lost in the house. Just the other day, for instance, it took her several minutes to find the bathroom. She turns back around. She tries to remember going to the kitchen. She goes back into the living room. Okay, it's a sliding door. Yeah. Knocking from the back door has become even sharper. Debbie quickly crosses the living room. This time she doesn't hesitate, decisively opens the sliding door that leads to the dining room. Oh my God! Oh. Particularly loud thump causes Debbie's blood to run cold for a second. Frozen, she silently gazes at the practically regal details of the room, such as the large gilded ice bucket or the glass cabinet that houses an imposing porcelain dinner service. Debbie just opened the damn door! Debbie swallows as she slowly skirts the long table that presides over the dining room, surrounded by 10 chairs. Evidently wary, she places a hand on the doorknob, leading to the kitchen. She's getting her steps up. From the kitchen doorway, she finds that no one's in the backyard. The knocking has stopped. She slides her fingers across the cold marble of the countertop, not taking her eyes off the small back door. Why does she feel like she's doing something wrong? As her hand reaches to turn the key in the lock, she shudders. It's not locked. Meaning that if someone had wanted to get in, they could have easily entered by now. Determined, Debbie pushes open the back door. Debbie looks to her left and right, does not see anyone. Stepping onto the gravel of the driveway, she realizes that all this time she's been barefoot. Well, of course, she's in the house. Why would you wear shoes in the house? What is she, a heathen? She looks down at her feet, and that's when she sees it. A large envelope has been left on the floor with no stamp, return address, or any writing on it. The first thing that Debbie notices as she picks it up is how heavy it is. Judging by its shape, it appears to contain a book. Clutching the envelope against her chest, Debbie takes a last look around her backyard, which, just as the rest of the manor's garden, and much like its past, retains the decaying aura of all things that have been abandoned. She closes the kitchen door behind her and opens the envelope. Jeezums. She returns to the office, sets aside some documents, and puts a book on the table to leaf through it. We'll click on that in a sec because I don't want to miss anything. It's a collection of all kinds of clippings. Overcome with curiosity, Debbie tries to find some logic or sense to it all. But two things stick out to her as it being particularly strange. The first is that a page seems to have been torn out at the end of the book. The second is that a bookmark has been left on a page that features a pair of shoes that seem... Where have I seen these shoes before? She picks up the book and exits the room. Okay, so pick up the book. Who are these? The Jazz Enigma. Billy Tipton's Hidden Identity. Billy Tipton was an American jazz musician and band leader born in 1914. His story gained widespread attention when, upon his death in 1989, it was revealed that Tipton was assigned female at birth but had been living as a man for decades. Tipton's life and career were characterized by a commitment to jazz and a desire for success in the male-dominated world of music. Starting as a self-taught pianist, Tipton later became a respected bandleader and saxophonist, known for leading various jazz ensembles. What astonished many was the revelation that Tipton, who'd been married multiple times and adopted 3 sons, had kept his assigned gender a secret even from those closest to him. The story of Billy Tipton raises the complex questions about gender identity, societal expectations, and the lengths individuals may go to pursue their passion and dreams. Tipton's legacy extends beyond his musical contributions, sparking discussions about gender perception and identity in both realms of music and society. Oh my god, could we read the whole thing, or is it just... Jeez Louiseums. Okay, we won't read the whole thing. We'll just do the Cliff's Notes. Okay, Hicksville's Architectural College, commencement speech. Blue shoes. Okay. Irma Vep, fictional character and the title character in the French silent film Les Vampires, directed by Louis Fuelde. Crime serial that consists of 10 episodes, each running about an hour in length. Character Irma Vep, whose name is an anagram for vampire, portrayed by French actress Musidora. She's in the shoes. Hicksville. Moe's Tavern, Faulty Towers Hotel, Rulin and Associates, Apollo Theatre, Daily Planet, Championship Finals. So these are all like famous in New York. So like The Simpsons, Faulty Towers. I don't know what Pullen and Associates is from. Apollo Theatre rings a bell. Daily Planet, isn't that like Superman? I don't know about Championship Final. We can look it up if we have to. Puzzle-infused Manhattan Retreat. Art of Manhattan, Adam Yates' visionary design has transformed an ordinary apartment into an immersive puzzle-filled haven. Each element of the living space unfolds as a unique challenge. So also like an escape room, which I love. I love an escape room. Oh, so fun. It's like magic. It's the closest to magic I feel like you get as an adult, right? Okay. Clough's creation. Also, our dad created this. Orchestrates a symphony of hidden elements from secret compartments to disguised doors. This department becomes a dynamic space, adapting its puzzles to resonate with the personalities of residents. Ooh. Okay. Muffleta. Delectable delight of muffleta. Well, that's spelt differently. A culinary journey to New Orleans. New Orleans, city renowned for its vibrant culture and rich culinary heritage, has given the world an array of iconic dishes. One such culinary delight that captures the essence of the city is muffaletta. This sandwich, born in the heart of the French Quarter, is a flavorful and masterpiece that has won the hearts and palates of food enthusiasts globally. Okay. Well. Okay, we're exiting the room. Debbie walks through the office door. Use your head. If the book was meant for me, it must have been sent by the same person who sent me the letter with the keys. It's either that, or someone's been mistaking me for another person for weeks. And here I am, opening packages that aren't intended for me, poking around in memories that aren't mine at all. God, I could use a cigarette right now. The sun begins to go down, drawing shadows in the large room. So are we having a morning shower or an evening shower? Those shoes. Wait a minute. Debbie lets her intuition guide her and heads upstairs. So if I click office, that just takes me back to the office. Ah. Okay. Good to know. Let's go upstairs. Okay, on the second floor, the stairs lead to a hallway where the walls are lined with old portraits, with which Debbie exchanges glances as she mumbles to herself. Okay. Who are all these people? If they're all former owners, this house must be over 1,000 years old. Between the paintings and several doors can be found. The first leads to a room that could be a study. The second leads to a bedroom, and the third one is locked. Truth is, Debbie has not been able to get into that room yet. Let's go to the bedroom. This isn't the only bedroom in the house. It looks like a presidential suite. Debbie didn't think twice about making it her own. It's the biggest, most comfortable bed she's ever slept in. She's found it made when she arrived, but since that day, she hasn't bothered to remake it. Oh, Debbie! I can't. To the left is the door to the dressing room. Opposite her is the door to the bathroom, and behind her is the door that leads back to the hallway. So let's check the dressing room. That's most likely where the shoes are going to be, right? Debbie walks back into the dressing room, which can only be accessed from the bedroom. She heads straight for one of the shelves, which is automatically lit up as she approaches it, shedding light on a colourful collection of shoes. These are cool shoes. I would love these. Anyway, the shoes from the scrapbook should logically be somewhere around here. So these shoes. Oh, geez. Okay. I'm going to write that down. 104 megahertz VHF. Okay. Oh. Voila, here they are. There's no doubt about it. They are identical to the ones in the clipping. Debbie examines the shoes. They are a colourful pair of heels. They may not be her style, but their bold design prompts her to imagine herself wearing them. Nice enough, but I don't see what's so special about them. Suddenly, Debbie takes a closer look at the spot where the shoes have been placed. She thinks she can make something out. Ullin and Associates. It looks like a locked safe or something. After a few unsuccessful attempts, Debbie gives up and leaves the bedroom in search of other clues. So, let's go to the hallway. Study. We need something that we can put VHF into, right? Decides to inspect the study. Although the room is spacious, it's also cluttered with books, papers, and thick folders that seems tiny. In one corner there's a drafting table littered with blueprints, drawing compasses, assorted rulers, different shapes and sizes. Over to one side, what appears to be surveying equipment. On a shelf covered in dust, a collection of tin soldier figurines carefully watch over Debbie. And amidst a pile of clutter, an ominous-looking box catches Debbie's eye. She bends down and picks it up with both hands and examines it closely. Looks nice, but it's locked. Debbie continues to search, but there's no sign of the shoes. Ooh. Okay, IA we've seen the office. So, go back to the hallway. Go back downstairs. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot that it changed. I haven't been reading it. But anyway, she sits on a comfortable sofa, stares at the stereo. All this time, she hadn't stopped to look at the incredible hi-fi equipment in the house. She'd love to play Blitzkrieg. Isn't it Blitzkrieg Pop? Oh, could be wrong. But she needs to think over before she looks any further. The shoes, wait a minute. She lets her intuition guide her and heads upstairs. No. Yes, this is what we want. So it was 104.
If you're listening to this, bear in mind that those motley architects with you know how to open the shield box. Follow the path that leads from mustache to glasses, then to hat, and lastly to bow tie. Did you write those directions down? All right then. Good luck. This message will automatically be repeated in
Thank
3,
you.
2, 1.
Thank you.
If you're listening to this, bear in mind that those motley architects with you know how to open the shield box. Follow the path that leads from mustache to glasses, then to hat, and lastly to bow tie. Did you write those directions down?
I did, thank you.
All right then. Good
All right
luck.
then. Thank you.
This message will...
Okay. Let's go back. Okay, so I'm assuming... Aha, I didn't really expect this. I really didn't expect this. She reviews in her mind the message she just heard, the paintings. I have to find something in the paintings. Yes. Okay. So, mustache. Oh. Mustache to glasses. I don't know if the direction is what we... To hat. Is that way. I'm drawing the arrows. And then to bow tie. Just back down. So it's like down to right, down. Okay. So then do I go in the study? Go to here. Down, right, down. Nice. Oh, a viewfinder. Nice. We haven't got anything in there, so that would be handy. And then let's see other thing. Oh, page 51. Oh, this is so fun. Okay. Cool. Anyway, she enters the study through the door. We've talked about this. She turns her attention back to the mysterious-looking box. How the hell do I open it? Well, we've done that now. Bingo! Box is open. Inside, Debbie finds a business card with 3 holes punched into it. On the back of the card is a name. Pullen and Associates. Where have I seen that before? And on the front, a number has been written. Page 51. Maybe it's referring to a page in a book. Somewhat confused, Debbie picks up the card and opens the book to that page. I knew it. It fits. Perplexed, Debbie confirms that when she places the card on the scrapbook page, the holes reveal something. You're kidding. Is that a code? Debbie searches inside the box again where she finds a stereoscope. Yeah, I had one of these toys when I was little, but I can't see anything. It's missing the slides. Right. So how do I get to the book? Oh, yeah. How do I get to the book? Hallway? Where did we put the book? Did we put it in the office? Is that where we put it? No, maybe bedroom? Returns to the bathroom. Steam in the mirror has already begun to evaporate and Debbie is able to clearly see her reflection. She fixes her hair and she racks her brains. It's almost as if someone is teasing me. After a few seconds of scrutinizing her blurry reflection, she draws a doodle on the steamy mirror and returns to the bedroom. Okay. Oh! Ooh. Oh! Page 49. Right. Dressing room? How do we get back to the book that we found? That's the part I'm struggling with. How do we... I know what I need to do. Study? The book. But how do I get the book out? Right book? Nope. Study. Hallway? I don't know where we... Living room. Oh, there. No, no. Is this it? Yeah. No, I don't want to listen to that. Oh, I thought that was the book. Where the heck can I go then? Is there... No. Where did we put... Study or the bedroom? Hallway. Living room. Because if I go to the study, I know what I need to do. Ah, there's the book. Oh, okay. Page 51. Right. Oh, X7? Yeah, okay, X7. I know what that means. X7. Oh, but wasn't there like... Okay. And then... Pullen and Associates. We know it's the 6. But I don't know. Is that a code? Okay. Let's go to the bedroom. X7. Is there anything I can do with that? Oh, there was. Okay. Nice. Oh, what else was in here? I probably should have also read the April. Okay. The compartment door opens with a satisfying metallic click. Cautiously, Debbie slips her hand inside the open compartment and immediately realizes that there's something inside. She grasps it with her fingers and pulls it out. Pencil case, a note, and some slides for the stereoscope. House is certainly full of surprises. She leaves the dressing room. Okay, to the study. Hallway. Study. Right. Oh. So Daily Planet. Shouldn't be writing DP into a notebook, but sure. Faulty. Okay. And Pullen. Tavern. Back to that. Yeah, okay. So go to the book. So we want 2 and then 1 and 3. Okay, to the bathroom. Bedroom. Bathroom. Here we are. 2, 1, 3. Oh, a secret.
So that book that mysteriously arrived at my doorstep, it led me to the secret room, and what the hell is this all about? Inside the room, there's a portrait of a woman, Serena Pullen. That name appears in the book. The daughter of a successful architect and a highborn lady. She studied at the best schools. She graduated with honors as an architect, just as her father intended for her, following in the footsteps of several generations. She was truly ahead of her time, exceptionally creative and determined. Her reputation spread throughout a field in which the presence of women was extremely conspicuous. Conspicuous? It's a funny way of acknowledging gender discrimination. Serena was clearly a much better architect than any of her workmates. They were all just jealous and had to steal her ideas and projects just to get anywhere. As for her personal life, her parents also forced her to marry the son of a media mogul. I bet she didn't even love him. Family's the worst, isn't it, Serena? They designed a life for you, full of luxury and comfort, but none of it made you happy. Maybe that's why one day you suddenly disappeared. Who are you, Serena Pullen? Why do I get the feeling I should know you? Are you the one behind all of this?
Oh, was I meant to be paying attention to like the triangle and the circle? Because I wasn't. Okay. Hidden room. If someone had told her a few weeks ago that she would be solving puzzles in order to open hidden doors in a mansion, Debbie would have called him crazy. What kind of person has a hidden room built in their bathroom? Oh, that would be cool. Probably a pervert. True. Maybe less cool. Debbie thinks to herself she expects to come across a translucent wall used to secretly view people in the shower, but she doesn't. Instead, the small room appears to be a cozy yet practical office. The parquet floor is covered by a cashmere carpet. The light from a nearby window illuminates its sinuous pattern. Debbie clutches the scrapbook as she spins around in amazement, taking the room in. There's a professional drafting table, a stool, a shelf full of books, and several pictures hanging on a wall. Most are building plans, but there is one that stands out above all the rest. It's a portrait of a young woman holding a roll of paper. Debbie approaches it. The girl's eyes look familiar. Serena Pullen, something tells me that I'm in your house, and this is your secret hideout. Debbie now turns her attention to the drafting table, where she finds... And that was like 3? I could be wrong. It could be the other way around. She now turns her attention to the drafting table, where she finds what appears to be an unfinished sketch of a building, along with a jar of pencils and brushes. Everything is covered in a thin layer of dust. It's been a while since anyone has sat here. She then walks over to the bookshelf, which is filled with books and assortment of knickknacks. A movable figure, a small sculpture with a seemingly African design. Debbie bends over and reads some of the book's spines. "Who are you?" she exclaims, looking up at Serena Pullen's portrait, who seems to nod back at her, satisfied at the question. "A feather thief. Small, medium, large, extra large. Ooh. Victorian criminal, form space order, Moriarty. Architecture of the city. Gardener's heist. The poetics of space. The burglar. Modern architecture. A burglar's guide to the city. Heist society. Zaps comics. Master thieves. Debbie once again flips through the scrapbook. She's only made it this far, and thanks to solving the puzzles contained in its pages. What are you trying to tell me, Serena? You're hiding something, but you want me to figure out. Isn't that it? Maybe. Eyes of the skin. What? The thief. Oh, no, back. Okay, back. Okay, how do I look in my scrapbook? How do I look in the scrapbook? Is there anything else I can... I mean, I don't know if the colors are relevant. The fact the A's further away, is that relevant? There's a blue one though. She is holding a blue book. So maybe it's 10-5? No. Dang it. Oh. We can't go any further back. Scrapbook. Can I... No. Why can't I check the scrapbook? She seems to want me to. Cities. City. No, I'm not sure. There's like form, space, and order. So, is it... Is it books that stand out from that, which would be 1410 maybe? Honestly, I don't know. This one's tough. Because like form, space, and order, it's like cities, architecture, sizes, and then this is completely different. But then there's nothing about orange, is there? Acid test. Yeah. Don't know. Oh, so we can't go up to 14. So 10 is the highest. So then that one's out. Oh. Well, I guess we're trying to hide something like... I don't know. Now we have to put the code in. I thought I was so clever by going, it's the blue book. Can I click any of these? Do any of these do anything? No. Architecture. Burglars, thieves, cities. Delirious New York. The Yippies. I can't go back. This is I've got stuck. I've got stuck. Because she's like flips through the scrapbook. She's only made it this far from solving puzzles contained in its pages. What are you trying to tell me? Getting something you want me to figure it out. That's it, isn't it? Is it that? Like Master Thieves? Burglar, Thief? Let's go with a hint. Oh, have you noticed the symbols on the books? Yes, I have. What is the connection between the numbers inside the symbols and the book title? Okay, let's have a look. Numbers inside that and the book titles. Eyes of the skin. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so that's the number of consonants and that's the number of vowels? Am I correct? Yeah, okay. Circles is vowels, triangles is consonants. All right, so then we go here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that's not 4 because I forgot you. Hooray! Oh, that was a tough one. From the newly revealed opening behind the bookcase, what looks to be a descending spiral staircase can barely be made out. A secret passageway inside a secret room? Incredible! And also pretty redundant. Debbie clumsily finds the handrail and takes hold of it as she hesitantly descends the first few steps, leaving the little light that the room provided behind. I would definitely not. We would need a torch. Why have we not got a torch? I don't know, man. After taking a few more steps, darkness completely engulfs her. Trying not to let her claustrophobia get the better of her, Debbie continues descending until the stairs abruptly come to an end. Ah, damn it. She'll get back and grab a flashlight. Yes! Hope the door doesn't shut itself. The room is damp and the moisture seeps into her pores. Debbie shuffles to her feet. shuffles her feet along the floor, trying to avoid tripping over, and reaches up to feel the wall with her hands. It's so cold. Where the hell have I ended up? Then, after a few seconds, she stumbles across a switch. Hey! When the light flickers on, Debbie remains frozen in place, her hand still poised on one of the old porcelain switches. In front of her dimly lit corridor can now be seen. The ceiling has been propped up and the cement walls are smooth and grey. At the end of the tunnel, she can just about see a metal door. Debbie slowly makes her way towards it. To her surprise, she finds that it's open. Camera room. She leaves the hallway and enters a small room, which is largely taken up by a huge panel covered in turned off monitors. In front of the screens is a control unit full of buttons and switches. It looks like an old setup, perhaps from the 1980s, but it's still in good condition. This must be the camera room. That's strange. I don't remember seeing any cameras around in the house. Debbie tries to turn on the monitor panel by pressing several switches, but to no avail. She then turns around and continues inspecting the small room. She sees the locker. Debbie tries to open it, only to find that it's locked, as the name suggests. Debbie looks for the key inside some of the drawers under the console and finds a shelf full of jars, but finds nothing useful. Oh. Interesting. Like triangle, square, diamond, circle. Shelf. Yeah, it doesn't really correspond. Oh, unless it's the one line, in which case it would be like what? 3, 5, 7, 0? Try that. Oh, that one. It'd be 3. Gotta turn it on first, don't we? Dang it. Okay. Locker. Where else could we find a key? Hallway? There's a hallway, turns to a second door next to the camera room door. Ooh. Debbie steps into the room, fearful of what she might find. She makes sure to leave the door ajar in case she has to go back into the tunnel. A tinkling light bulb hangs from the ceiling. The room, which looks like a small storage space, is empty, except for a brick in the corner. Oh, key. Okay, wait a minute. What's this? Debbie bends down and picks up the brick. Underneath, she finds a key. Let's go back to the tunnel. Let's go to the camera room. Then maybe we can unlock the locker. Ah! So what was it? What did I... 3, 5... That one. There. Memories. Okay. She places the key in the lock and smiles as it fits perfectly. As soon as she opens the little door, a long rolled up piece of paper falls from inside the locker, held in place by a rubber band. Can I have a look at it? You are done for if you don't turn the monitors on, Debbie reads on the back of the map. Confused, she sets the map aside, looks inside the locker again and finds some strange glasses. Phew, those are bulky. And they weigh a ton. What are they for? Thoroughly dusting them off, Debbie puts the glasses on. Oh. Monitors are still sitting there. Wow, night vision. Oh wait, now I can see things I couldn't see before. Amazed by the discovery, Debbie decides to take the glasses with her and figure out how she can turn her monitors on. Aha. Let's go the tunnel to the second door. Okay. Debbie returns to the small warehouse. Nah, there's not much to see here anymore. Debbie hesitates a few moments, wondering whether to keep looking or return to the tunnel. Wait, maybe I'm missing something. She puts on the night vision glasses and turns them on to take another look around the room. So we need to hold it for 5 seconds. Okay. To the tunnel. This is fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was that not long enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Meet me at the Cabinet of Curiosities. Okay, where's that? Yes! Debbie can't help but let out a shout of joy. I will soon meet you in the Cabinet of Curiosities. She then turns and leaves the room. Destiny has a mission. Turns the secret passageway, intending to continue exploring. She advances down the narrow corridor, straying away from the warehouse and the camera room. This is much bigger than it looks. Debbie is surprised to find that she's been fooled by the perspective, and what had once looked like a dead end is actually a perpendicular corridor filled with even more doors. On the first door, she finds a sign that reads Video Shop, while the other says Garage. Debbie can make out 2 similar symbols drawn on both doors. Debbie continues walking and finds yet another door. This one is labelled Street. It also has a symbol drawn on it. However, this door is much smaller than the rest. A few steps ahead, Debbie sees the sign on the last door. She stops with a jolt. Cabinet of Curiosities. She immediately rifles through her pockets and pulled out the map she found. This time she takes a closer look. It's a camera room, warehouse, a channel. Channel. I need to write that down. Although we have got it, but I'm still writing it down. The channel 735. I wonder if we can use that in the lounge, but maybe we can't go back that far. Good to know. I don't know what all the roosters and the snacks are for, and I'm assuming an ape? Maple? Weird. Okay, so we've gone down here. There's Video Shop. Then there was Garage. Then Street. Going to the Cabinet of Curiosities. On the wall next... Anything different? Ooh, there is. Okay. On the wall next to the door frame placed... I'll turn that off for anyone who's colorblind. On the wall next to the door frame placed at eye level is a small panel with buttons. It seems to be some kind of padlock. Ignoring the lock for the moment, Debbie stretches out her legs as she leans her torso and both hands on the door, trying to push against as hard as she can, though her efforts are futile. Feeling defeated, she has no choice but to focus her attention on the padlock. Meet me in the Cabinet of Curiosities, Debbie remembers. She knows she has to open the door, but no matter what it takes, inside is what she's looking for. It might still take her a while to get it. She angrily kicks the door before continuing to explore the tunnel. Okay. Sort of padlock. Yeah. Okay. Put the glasses on. Before giving up, Debbie has a funny feeling. She decides to put on her glasses. Ha! I knew it! Okay, so P1 to P108, whatever that means. Feeling both amazed and satisfied, she sees that something has been written just above the electronic padlock. Page. Oh, page! Seems to be an insane logic to all of this, and Debbie is beginning to understand it. Debbie reflexively opens the book to consult it as if it was a dictionary. That was 101 to 108. So... Oh, there's so much. Don't know what that means. Ah, okay. French. Cisco is like a aeroplane coming vertically, sideways. Now it's a biplane. It's a Tobias. 2 lines. Octavio is like a ladder. What does all this mean? Samuel and Alfredo is like a glasses, I guess. Oh, we've got some sperms. Okay, so we have Lorenzo, Pedro, y Pablo. So L E Ab. So that's a spermie. A straight one. A little spermie. Oh, but it goes the other way. Ooh. It goes that way. Bring that. My drawings are just terrible. Oh my god. Lauren Juntos. Oh my gosh. Okay, then we have LJ, which is like a car with its wheels taken off, I guess. We're looking at it from the bottom. And then we have La Reunion. And that's just circles. All 5 circles. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What does it mean? Seems to be insane logic to all of this, and Debbie is beginning to understand it. So she opens the book. Okay. Let's go back to the tunnel. Check the map. Does the map give anything away? Not really. Oh. No, not really. For like ape symbols. Yeah, that doesn't really work. I don't understand. Maybe let's check out the other places. Video shop passageway. Allowing her curiosity to get the better of her, Debbie opens the 3rd door in the tunnel. It's a new passageway, much narrower than the rest, propped up with wooden planks and poorly lit by rudimentary lamps. Where does this passageway lead to? As she progresses down a corridor, slightly hunched over, her anticipation is tinged with uncertainty. The wooden planks creak and shift unevenly as she steps on them, proving that the tunnel is dug directly into the earth. Debbie advances, carefully crouching over. She walks on and on and on until she reaches a gate. Debbie inspects the symbol on the lock. The symbol looks familiar. Oh. So we got like the rooster. Okay. Gosh. What would you do if you didn't have it? Well, I guess you would go get a notebook. So we got top hat. Just writing this down so that when we see, like, I'm guessing like halo. Then bowler. Then beret. I don't know. Okay. That's 1 to 9. Okay. Well. What if I turn anything? Tunnel. And the gate, is that just... Yeah, that's this. Okay. Back to the tunnel then. Gosh, we got so many puzzles on the go. And then... garage. And she opens the last door in the tunnel. Can we take... No. And discovers that it leads to the mansion's garage. Debbie can't help but feel a little lost. Really? I hadn't even noticed another door in the garage. The truth is, Debbie had been in the garage before, but she'd always accessed it from the garden. After brushing the dirt off her hands, forearms, and legs, Debbie takes a look around. The garage's main tenant is a beautiful convertible covered by a semi-transparent tarp. Someday we must go for a drive, you and I. The vehicle is surrounded by shelves that are full of junk and old boxes. There's also a fire extinguisher hanging on one wall. Despite coming to believe over the last few weeks that everything in the house belonged to her, at times she felt that it didn't at all, given that any moment someone would appear to accuse her of being a thief. Anything? No. Fire extinguisher? Snake. Remove the safety pin. Point at the base of the flames. Press the handle to kickstart extinguishing agent. Yeah, that's how these work. Okay. Right. Well, I'm sure we'll come back to that. What about the garden? Debbie opens the garage door, the one she was already familiar with, and steps out into the garden. It's getting dark. She's been wandering the mansion's secret tunnels for so long, she's lost track of time. Is she not hungry? Oh, the hats! Okay, hang on. Been wandering the mansion's secret tunnels for so long, she's lost track of time. She thoughtfully circles around the pool and the hammocks, roaming through the leaf-covered lawn. She stops next to some sculptures that caught her eye from the first day. At the end of the garden stands an imposing tower, another one of the estate's great enigmas. Debbie has tried to get in there several times, but the door has one of those cryptic electronic locks. Okay, oh, tower. We knew we could get to the tower from the other way. Ah! Maybe? I don't know. Oh. Right. Arsène Lupin. So is that to do with the number of fingers? It'd be like, I'm not sure. So then top hat would be 0. I mean, I guess all you can see is 2, 4. That would be 4. Bowler. I mean, depends. Are we going with what's up? In which case that would be 2. And then I'd said beret, but it's more like a Peaky Blinders cap. And then that would be like, what, 1? Maybe? I feel like that's too simple. But I could be wrong. Let's have a look at that door. Oh god, okay. That's... These can't be changed. Oh, they can. Yeah. Let's go back. Go back in the garage. Oh my gosh. So much going on. Okay. Tunnel. Then we go... Video shop. Was it video shop? Yeah. Gate. So then I thought 0, 4, 2, 1. No. Okay. Unless that's all... Well, you can't, because... Yeah. Alright. Is there anywhere else I can check out? Oh yeah, street. Let's check out street. Moon's the 5th door. Smallest of the doors, mysterious hallway. Looks like one of those shrinking doors from Alice in Wonderland. Debbie plucks up her courage before crawling into a tiny corridor dug out of the earth. Dark as a lion's den, at the end of the tunnel, a tiny promising light is visible. She can feel the soft earth and the occasional small root under her hands and knees. Did you build these tunnels, Serena? Couldn't you have had a more normal hobby, like playing solitaire or drinking scotch? As she nears the little light, she makes it out to be a rudimentary wall lamp. She finally reaches it. Debbie looks up, searching for a way out, and relieved, sees a trapdoor. Oh god, where's the bloody code? Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, the only thing we wrote down for the thing was 7:35, but that doesn't really... Yeah. Because there's no 35. There's no 73. Unless it's 5:37. Oh. No, it's 4 digits. Interesting. Yeah. Right. Okay. So we have a lot of clues. So we're in with the rats. Any... No secrets. Okay, cool. Door. Right. Channel 735. If I went to the camera room, does that allow me to... Does that help? Yeah, 7:35. Oh. Okay. So. Let's go downwards. It's 3, 4, 3, 4. Cool. Well, we've solved one mystery. Tunnel. To the streets. Trapdoor. 3, 4. 3, 4. Nice. Okay. Having calmed herself down, Debbie cracks parking meter. Cracks open a trapdoor and peeks her head out. The roar of a car engine a mere few meters away startles her. This is in the street, as the name suggests. In the middle of the street. What the hell is this? Debbie attempts to mentally map out the web of passageways and corridors she's traversing. She's reminded of the arrogant plan Professor Moriarty, Sherlock Holmes' nemesis, once dreamed up. He wished to build tunnels under the entire city so he could rob banks and stores and then make his escape easily, evading police. Is that your plan as well, Serena Pullen? To build an exclusive subway network made just for you? So making sure the coast is clear, Debbie fully opens the trapdoor and climbs out. She discreetly takes a look around. The street is deserted, except for a couple of cars and a parking meter that for some reason catches Debbie's eye. Oh. So I need snake coins? Oh. Nope. On? Nothing. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, so something to do with a parking meter? Snaky. Oh my gosh. And then I want to go to... Look at our map. That's a snake thing. There should be snakes stuff in the garage. Oh god. Okay, so... We got past that. Oh, so this is what we got to get past. So then... Maybe... The... Let's check out the garage again. Check out that fire extinguisher. Move the safety pin. point at the base of the flames. Press the handle to kickstart extinguishing agent. What is the hint? I don't oh. Ah. Parking. Yeah, what about parking? When the base of the flames, press the handle to kickstart extinguishing agent. Parking? There is 2 buttons though, so maybe it's okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's go green, red, green, green, red, red, green. Maybe. Let's give that a quick try. Before we go back to the garden. Oh my gosh. Okay. To the streets. Parking. Okay. Green, red, green, green, red, red, green. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 9. What's that for? 1, 2, 3, 9. Okay. Let's just quickly look at the map. Okay, so we've solved the whole of this section. The garage. Oh, yes. Okay, so let's go to the garage. We're getting there. And then the garden. And to the tower. Okay, so it was 1. Nope. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 9. Geniuses. 1,000 points for Debbie Clough, ladies and gentlemen. She congratulates herself, yeah, just like me, after managing to open the tower door. Leaving the garden, Debbie steps inside and finds herself on a small... This is so much like Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, in my opinion. Which is another game I have, but I didn't think... I don't know. Let me know if you think it'd be interesting to like stream or video. I haven't played it yet, but I do own it. Yeah. Anyway. Leaving the gardens, Debbie steps inside and finds herself on a small landing in the dark where all she finds is a staircase. She takes a last look at it before deciding to climb up. The howling of the wind and the last rays of warm sunlight are filtering in from the top of the strange building. Clinging to the handrail, she climbs up a couple of flights of stairs. When she reaches the top, Debbie takes a few seconds to catch her breath. It's a small room that opens up to the outside, a lookout. Center, there are freestanding binocs, which can be used to view the landscape through the arches that support the roof. These must be for admiring the views or spying on the neighbors. You're a snoop, aren't you, Serena? Just check first. Okay, to the binoculars. Oh, is that important? Huh. Maybe. Okay, so that's pointing south. Don't know if that's important. Because that's... Okay. Is the number of things in it important? So like, I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what we've picked up here. Can we? Probably nothing useful, yeah. Was them. Gosh, okay, so west we have 9 windows. Maybe. South we have 6. Honestly, I don't know. I'm guessing fully. East we have 3 power poles. And then north we have 4 chimneys. Don't know. Alright, to the garden. And then we've also got this. Okay, so top hat is north. So that is 4. Halo is east, which is 3. Bowler is W, which is 9. And beret south, which I think is, yeah, which is 6. The 9's the only one I'm not sure of, but yeah. Cool. Geniuses. Okay, back to the garage. Okay. Tunnel. Was that video shop? I think so. Yeah, because the other thing is all the other shapes. Okay, so this one is 4. Then 3. Then I think 9. And then 6. Hey! Oh my god. Okay, that's it. Open says me. The hatch opens. Yet another of the mansion's secrets has been revealed. One more piece of the gigantic puzzle. Startled and excited, Debbie finds that she's in a small room that reminds her of a storage unit. At the back, there is a door through which light filters in. Wait, what's that noise? Debbie can clearly hear voices from behind the door. She approaches it and opens it very cautiously. Through the crack, she can see a guy dressed in uniform, standing behind a counter, serving another young man. Behind them, a lady holding a baby in her arms browses through VHS and DVD movies on a shelf. You're kidding me. I'm in a video store? Debbie can't believe her eyes. She glances back at the trapdoor and the corridor that led her here. What's going on here, Serena? Are you afraid you'll miss the latest releases? Debbie... Who says that? Shuts the door. Oh, this is what she's saying to herself. Okay. Shuts the door and walks over to the shelves. Inspect them. They're crammed with boxes of movies. Killing. Peter Sellers' Revenge of the Pink Panther. Irma Veep. We know about her. FBI federal law provides severe criminal and civil penalties for the unauthorized reproduction distribution. Okay. That's the only one I can take out. Law of tapes? What? Law of tapes. What does that even mean? Oh, nope. Law of tapes. What does that mean? Law of tapes. Of padlock. Okay, so if I look through... let's go on and look in the book again. Does this help at all? Okay, it did start on this. Ugh. Up straight. Let's just have a look at this. Ah, E. Oh. Okay. This one. Oh, why is my pen decided to... Oh, thank you. Yeah. T, which is still that, yeah. O, which is still that. S, which is still that. One is L. A. Oh, there's a man. Church of the Spaghetti Monster. Some experts from the New Testament of the Flying Spaghetti Monster Dinner 2.0 include: we need never doubt our divine carbohydrate, for even our DNA is shaped like a noodle, so we know that pasta is holy. I love that. Okay, so what does that mean? Because that's a whole... I'm really confused because it's like a whole bunch. It's more than 4. So... So it says that. Then... when we were in... tapes. Let's just have a look on the map. Have I missed something? Video shop there. Something in the camera room, mayhaps? Oh, but that told us to go there. Let's just check the camera room again. Just in cases. Okay. Lure of tapes doesn't help. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Unless it's the... Oh, I think I missed maybe something in the video shop? Movies. No. Tapes. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Oh. Oh, I guess we never looked at the map with the glasses on. Can we? Oh, for goodness gracious. Okay. Channel Irma Veep. Okay. Okay, I feel like a fool. Camera room. So would that be... 5.
One Mexican on a bike, another going up the stairs. One who is peeing. The one from before who is now telling his companions a joke. One after another, the amigos are the key to the treasure door.
I'm sorry,
One
what?
Mexican on a bike, another going up the stairs. One who is peeing. The one from before who is now telling his companions a joke. One after another, the amigos are the key to the treasure door. One Mexican on a bike,
What?
another going up the stairs. One who is peeing. The one from before who is now telling his companions a joke. One after another, the amigos are the key to the treasure door.
Right. What? What? Oh my word. Okay. Oh no, let's look at the book. Okay. Mexican on a bike. Is that Pedro? One Mexican on a bike. What does that mean? One going up the stairs. So that would be this one. So then stairs is O. One peeing? Is that this? Is this? And then one telling his friends a joke? Oh my god. Okay, so one Mexican on a bike. Mexican on a bike. Is that... I don't know. Is that that? It wouldn't be that. That's definitely stairs. Stairs I can get. One peeing. That's potentially two Mexicans on a bike. So maybe it's this one. So maybe it's N-O. The peeing one is maybe the lads with the sperms. So then that would be L. And the joke is that I think it's either Nola or Loran Juntos. Yeah, okay. I think it's Nolu. Maybe. Let's have a look. Oh my god, this is tough. Okay, so let's go. We need an N. O. L. That's not an option. Okay. Oh, maybe that's ping, so then I'll be Noel? Yes. Okay, it's one person doing a P.
Took me a while, but I finally made it into the Cabinet of Curiosities.
Yes, you did.
Was this your big secret? You collected jewels and works of art. But why would you hide them here?
Maybe she's a thief.
But hold on, it wasn't Serena who took all of this. It was someone called Leon.
Leon!
A genuine gentleman thief who elevated theft to an art form. His identity always remained a complete enigma, so everyone was always in the dark about his next move. The police were desperate to catch him, but the general public worshipped him like a hero. Even then, he still had to live in the shadows. Something we have in common. Hang on, what's my name doing there?
Debbie!
Ready and waiting for me? What the hell does this all mean?
Okay. Well, I mean, who's placing bets? I reckon it's her mum, right? Ooh. Debbie's stomach growls. So did mine. Okay. Debbie's stomach growls as she begins to devour the bowl of milk and cereal. She's sitting at the large dining room table, surrounded by empty chairs. Her only company is the mysterious cat statue, which is watching her from next to the Count Chocula box. I think it was hungry too, she thinks as she gazes at the encrusted jewels. There is no doubt that it is a very valuable piece. The fact that it is stolen is what fascinates her the most. She's always been attracted to illicit activities, even as a child. She preferred villains to heroes. Despite only ever confessing to it once, Debbie loves stealing. Okay. She's overcome by a fond feeling of complicity towards Leon. She imagines the adrenaline rush he must have felt as he carried out his daring heists, carefully planning them, executing them, then revealing in his spoils. The last few years had been a wild time for Debbie. She had broken every rule she possibly could. She had become the school's bad girl, and she liked that. She enjoyed being bad and dangerous. One subject she excelled in was pulling pranks. She loved to play pranks, and the more elaborate they were, the better. She also enjoyed scamming rich brats from school by making ridiculous bets, from which she had won a number of things that ranged from free drinks to a convertible. And although most of the time she got away with it, on a couple of occasions she'd been expelled from school for a few days. What came after was much worse, her father's punishment, physical, painful, humiliating. Debbie tips some more cereal into a bowl as she flips through the scrapbook, looking for the page that was labelled on the cat statue. Her intuition tells her that the mansion is still hiding many secrets. All she needs to do is fit the pieces together. No way! Okay, the Golden Heist, in a daring and audacious heist, has left the authorities baffled. The world-renowned golden cat figurine, a priceless artifact of unparalleled beauty, has vanished from the secure confines of the International Museum of Precious Artifacts. We have one of 4 of them. There is... Can we just... Oh. Interesting. IA. That keeps popping up. Okay. There is a photograph of the pedestal with the statue that she now has in front of her on it, alongside 3 others. And that's not all. Debbie recognized the floor lamp next to the pedestal. It has a vintage design. It looks like something out of a 1970s sci-fi movie. She's almost certain she's seen it before, but where? The library! Debbie jumps up with a start, knocking the chair to the floor and tipping the milk carton over, which spills onto the table. She starts to cry. Oh, I'll clean it up later. Ignoring the mess, Debbie runs to the dining room door. Firmly grasping the cat statue, Debbie rushes through the small office on her way to the library. She needs to find that pedestal and check it as soon as possible. Can we click anything here? No. Okay, to the library. Debbie reaches the library by crossing through the office door. She'd been in here before, but only to have a quick look around. Now her eyes scour the room, scanning the bookshelves and furniture piled high with books, searching for that damn pedestal. Where the hell is it? Just when she thinks her memory is playing tricks on her, and she turns around to leave, Debbie sees it in a corner next to the lamp. Just as she suspected, the pedestal was there. How did it know? Identical to the one she'd just seen in the scrapbook, but there's no sign of the cats. Debbie approaches the pedestal and examines it. It's made of polished marble and looks like it's very heavy. It has 4 holes, which each shape differently. She delicately tries to place the cat figure she found in the cabinet curiosity into one of the holes, but the base of the statuette doesn't fit. Let's see if it goes here, she mumbles as she tries to place the golden cat into another hole in the pedestal, but it doesn't fit that either. Oh my god. She does them all individually. However, as she places it in the third hole, she is finally able to firmly insert the figurine. What a cute kitty, she says to herself, smirking. Debbie takes a couple of steps back to admire the pedestal thoughtfully. It's obvious there are 3 missing figures that also must be placed. Okay. Oh! Hello? Phone's ringing in the office. Still startled by the telephone ringing, Debbie returns to the office from the library and stops abruptly in front of the phone. Picking it up could only cause more trouble. The house is supposed to be empty. She's not supposed to be there at all. Or maybe she is. She rubs her sweaty fingies together uncertainly. Come on, leave me alone. She holds her breath, waiting for the caller to give up. One more, and I'm sure they'll hang up. The phone keeps ringing. What if it's for me? Debbie can't look away, but who would know I'm here? Pick it up.
Hello, Debbie.
Oh.
I've been waiting to talk with you for a long time, you know. But first, you must listen to me very carefully. We don't have much time. Please, help me find my cats. They've gotten lost all over this massive house. Once they're all together, they'll give you a time. The time to cry.
Right. The hanging up the phone, Debbie swallows hard and takes a minute to think. She almost feels relieved. She was afraid she'd hear her father on the other end of the line angrily making threats and ordering her to come home at once. But no, the voice sounded unfamiliar. That reassured her. Whoever it is, someone wants to keep playing with her. All right, so that's how it's going to be, is it? She says as she nods, plucking up the courage. Well, you asked for it. I'm going to get this over with, and I'm going to beat you. Feeling more determined than ever, Debbie walks out of the door and prepared to find 3 missing figurines. Oh. Debbie is a bundle of nerves as she enters the living room and starts pacing around in circles in an attempt to clear her mind. Her gaze falls on the huge couch that presides over the living room. The plush cushions seem to be calling her name. She means of refuge. Oh, can we have a look? Not now. Okay, sorry. Do look like they should be looked at. She has more important things at hand. She must find the missing figures. She wants to solve this dang mystery. She can choose to go to the hall, take the stairs, or return to the dining room, go back to the library, or go into the office. Let's start with the hall. Debbie reaches the hall. From there, she can access the small guest toilet, return to the living room. Okay, on the light. Well, let's go to the toilet. From the hall, Debbie slightly opens the bathroom door, pokes her head in, not quite convinced that this is the right place to be searching for figurines. It would be a miracle if I happen to find the cats here. She opens the door wide and turns on the light. After a quick glance around, she sees her reflection in a mirror and makes a face. Here I am, playing detective, looking like this, says she fixes her hair with her fingers. Debbie sighs heavily as she realizes just how much of a hermit she's become since she arrived in the house. Truth is, she doesn't care, but deep down she misses getting all dressed up to go partying and break some guy's or girl's heart. But if it were me, I'd definitely hide one in here, she mutters to herself. She pictures the 4 cat-shaped statues. Beware of the cat. We found it! Woohoo! Aha, I knew it. It was so unlikely that it just made sense. There is a counterintuitive logic to both the mansion's design as well as the riddles that Debbie is beginning to figure out with ease. She holds the new statuette in both hands and takes a closer look at it. It's very similar in size to the first one, but this one is made of glass, with 2 giant rubies in the kitty's eye sockets. There is no inscription or signature that could identify who made it. Put you in your place. Euphoric, Debbie comes out of the bathroom with a new figurine, ready to continue inspecting the mansion. Well, let's go back to the living room. Okay. Well, let's have a look in the dining room. Returns to the dining room. The bowl of cereal and overturned milk carton are still there, just as she left them. What a mess. For a sad attempt to wipe up the puddle of milk with some paper napkins, Debbie turns her attention to what really matters now, the cat statue. She kneels down in front of the glass furniture, cupboards and cabinets that line the huge dining room table. She finds a bit of everything: silver cutlery, bohemian crystal goblets, porcelain tableware. But what about that cat? Come on, what are you hiding, kitty? Discouraged, she sits down on the chair and crosses her arms on the table, resting her chin on the cold wood. She glances at the clock out of the corner of her eye. How long have I spent searching? In front of her, there are 3 door-shaped possibilities: the kitchen, the office, and the living room. We still have these, but we'd need to know like a time. I don't know if we've been given one. Not yet. Let's have a look in the kitchen. Leaving the dining room, Debbie enters the kitchen. Despite it being one of the rooms in the house she has been in the most, for the first time she realizes just how big it is. When she arrived in her father's house, she barely set foot in the kitchen. When she did visit the kitchen, it was to raid the refrigerator, where there was always some freshly prepared delight. There she had round-the-clock service, so there was no need to get her hands dirty, not even make herself a sandwich. Here, on the other hand, the fridge is practically empty. So far she has subsisted on takeaway pizza, pizza, and chicken wings, boxes of which are piled up in a corner. She hasn't even bothered to take an inventory of the pots, pans, frying pans, and other utensils at her disposal. Cooking isn't her thing, but sooner or later she'll have to get on with it. What's in the kettle? Can I click on the kettle? Oh. Pots. Hey! Alright. She can't help but suppress a wry smile. It felt as if someone wanted to teach her a lesson by hiding the figure inside the pot, as if they knew that this was the last place she would think to search. Gotcha, she says as she grabs the cat-shaped statuette with both hands. It is ceramic, so it's not quite light. Taking a closer look, she notices it's also covered with precious stones. Are those diamonds? Overjoyed and without missing a beat, Debbie comes out of the kitchen with a new figurine in her possession. Tippy-tappying. Well, let's check the living room again. Her neck. So, guess we could take the stairs. Stands at the top of the stairs just off the living room. She doubtfully rests her hand on the wooden railing. What now? She can go upstairs or down to the floor below. Let's go upstairs. She decisively climbs up the stairs and walks down the hallway. The old portraits hanging in the wall seem to get a kick out of watching her scurry up and down. She likes some faces more than others, but even so, Debbie is now used to their condescending stares from beyond the grave. Without further ado, Debbie searches the study, the bedroom, and the dressing room. She turns all 3 rooms inside out, opening the closets and drawers and pushing furniture aside, rummaging in every corner. However, there's nothing. The missing cats are not there. Exhausted, she leans her back against the wall in the hallway and drops herself down onto the carpet. Damn it, I can't give up now. Gathering her strength, she gets up. She still has 2 other places left to Hang on. She leans up. Oh, yeah. Okay. She still has 2 other places to explore. The attic and the guest room. Ooh, the attic, you say? Debbie solemnly walks toward a door at the top of the mansion, the one leading to the attic. She's about to turn the knob, but it's locked. She always forgets she can't get in there. It's one of those little things that still force her to feel like an intruder in the house. Someday I'll find the key. Someday. Turns around, continues down the hallway. Okay, to the guest room, I guess. Guest room. She directs her steps toward the guest room. When she arrived at the mansion, it seemed to her that the most appropriate thing would be to stay in this room, but someone had sent her the keys to the front door. Sure, but she was still a guest. As soon as she opens the door, however, Debbie immediately remembers why she ruled out making this room her own. It's full of junk. Indeed, rather than a guest bedroom, it seemed to be more like a storage room. The sophistication, oh my god, there's so much sophistication and refinement that set the rest of the rooms in a mansion apart, conspicuously absent here. There is a bed, 2 pillows, sheets, blankets, towels, hangers, a closet, bedside table. Can we check the closet? No. Table lamp, a mirror, a desk, a chair, several plants, TV, books, magazines, an alarm clock, a wastebasket, first aid kit, clothes trunk. How am I supposed to find a statue? Okay. A van, a crib, an electric kettle. Kettle? Cups, glasses, small fridge. Maps, tourist guides, a plug adapter, a vase with flowers, a toy box, a chess set, armchair, paintings, photographs, a cat figurine. Yes! Finally, finding them hasn't been easy, but I hope it was worth the effort. Look, girl, it was easier than going down in that bloody basement area, the secret passage. Shaking like jelly, Debbie prepares herself to place the 3 cat-shaped figurines on the pedestal next to the one she originally found in the cabinet. She tries to fit them in. She can't help but admire the glittering jewels that cover each of the figurines. The light that reflects off them dazzles her for a moment that seems to go on forever. Just one of these is worth a fortune. Can't even imagine what 4 must be worth. I'm sure I could make a lot of money from the whole collection. Suddenly, Debbie slows herself down and stands still, holding one of the cats in both hands. She daydreams about running out of there. What's the point in staying in the house? She doesn't know whose it is, nor if anyone will suddenly show up, nor does she know if she's in danger. Yeah, maybe it would be best to get the hell out of here with the loot. I've earned it after all, she thinks out loud. However, there's something inside her that prompts her to stay. She's not sure what life waits for her out there, but she can take a pretty good guess. On the other hand, she knows for certain that the secrets hidden in the mansion will haunt her for the rest of her life. No, she cannot afford that luxury. It would be like leaving a book half read or quitting a video game before defeating the final boss. Nah, no way. I'm staying. She decidedly places the final figurine on the pedestal. Then she hears a mechanical noise and the buttons just below the figures light up. So I'm assuming 11:45 is the time. Okay, she presses the buttons and listens to the different meows, dumbfounded. What's these numbers? What do they mean? Well, she watches the 4 figures for some time. Sure, there's something still... that she's still something missing. The only thing she's unsure of is whether to go to the dining room or back to the office. To the dining room! Yes. Okay. So, 11:45. Hey! Okay, hang on. Do I need to remember the mewing? Okay. Okay, I gotta remember that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Cats. Oh god, there's no. So what does that mean? 3524. Oh, I thought I'd already done that. Okay. Oh, fine. Debbie is overwhelmed with astonishment. Debbie. On the shelf in front of her, a cubicle that's been hidden behind a screen covered with a false book spines has just opened up. Inside the compartment, there is a panel with 8 selector switches. Debbie takes note of the names written on the side of each button. Despite reading them over and over, none of them ring a bell. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Debbie notices the number engraved on the panel with 8 selectors. Can hardly believe my eyes. Page 59. At this point in the game of cat and mouse, Debbie no longer believes in coincidences. On that very page, she finds a handwritten note, jotted down in a neat, refined print. Needs to find a telephone. Dial your phone. Okay. Dial your phone. The reductions in federal excise tax. Is that the note? You now pay 10. So is it 10:15 that I'm calling? I don't know. Okay, telephone. Unless it's 25 and Okay, Debbie enters the office, leaving the library. She's plagued with doubts that prevent her from thinking clearly. Who's messing with her? Could it be the sinister-looking man she saw lurking around the neighborhood and who sent Hicksville College the letter with the key in it? What if they turn out to be the same person? The honest truth is that she may very well be at the mercy of a psychopath who, at this very minute, may be having a fantastic time torturing her, like a cat toying with a dying mouse, just moments before devouring it. A cat, just like a cat, she mutters under her breath, pushing those gruesome thoughts out of her head. She stops in front of the phone and picks it up. Slowly, she brings her left hand to the device, ready to dial a number as she recalls the words written on the note. Dial your phone. Okay. Okay, so back to the page. Dial your phone. 25, 10, 15, 10? Maybe? Maybe. Okay. To the telephone. Office. Hey. Unless it's DEBBIE. Oh. Dial your phone. How do we know our phone number? YOURPHONE. Oh my god. Seriously?
Debbie. I always pictured you this way, so smart and brave. Now that you've found my cats, you have to figure out their names. Carefully count how long the red lamp is on and open the drawer. There you'll find something that will shed light and help you search for the kittens' names, as well as discover the secrets hidden in this house.
Okay, hang on. What? She gonna repeat it? No. Okay. I always pictured you this way, so smart and brave. Debbie has that phrase stuck in her head. She begins to suspect that all this is no coincidence, and that behind this joke. What? Okay. Behind this joke. That shouldn't be a question mark. Lies someone she knows well. All right, let's find out who you are, Debbie thinks as she bites her lower lip. Let's find out the names of these damn cats. Feeling more determined than ever, Debbie sets off in search of the lamp in the hall. And Debbie's now in the living room. Okay, let's go to the hall. Carefully count how long it is on. She says she wanted okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I get it. 3. So. Oh. 1, 2, 3. I'm confused. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 4. One, 2, 3. Oh, unless 3. Oh my gosh, hang on. Let's go to the library.
As long as you know how to see it, my name is hidden in the prints on the big cushion.
Okay, that doesn't help. Oh. 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Why isn't it opening? What am I doing wrong? 2, 4. I get it. 2, 3, 4. I honestly don't understand. 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's 3, it's like right on 4. 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh shit. I gotta hold it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Why isn't it opening? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We got it! Whoa! A key, a flashlight. Oh, we've made her. Incredible! Incredible! It took us forever. The table lamp is connected to the mechanism that opens the drawer. This house will never cease to amaze me. Next, she examines the inside of the cabinet drawer. There, among other things, she finds a key and a flashlight. Thank you. And a flashlight. Okay. Debbie searches the drawer again just in case she finds a handwritten note. Look for the lenses. Listen to the cats again and figure out their names. Debbie sighs and shrugs her shoulders. Wow, and here I thought this was almost over. Far from giving up, Debbie stretches her arms and legs, cracking a bunch of bones, and then retraces her steps to the living room. Debbie's now in the living room. Through the window, she can see the garden, lit up by the light pouring out from the house as well as by the street lamps. It's been a long day. Debbie realizes she hadn't stopped all day. Couch cushions, fluffy and welcoming, once again seem to call her name. No, come on, just a little longer. For better or for worse, Debbie has always been stubborn. She's one of those people who tend to get what they set their minds to. Right now, she's got her sights set on solving the wretched mystery. Let's see. Well, let's see. Can I use the torch? Or do I need to listen to the cats again? Maybe I need to listen to the cats again, and then it will allow me to do this.
Using the right lens, the dice on the cushion will reveal my name. As long as you know how to see it, my name is hidden in the prints on the big cushion. The right light will show you where my name begins. To find out the rest, you will have to add a Pinot Noir, then a Merlot, and lastly a Shiraz. Cheers. Someone is waiting to tell you my name using the light up in the attic. Use your flashlight and the black cushion to send a signal.
Okay. Holding both hands behind her back as any good investigator would do just before accusing the culprit of a crime, Debbie stops in front of the marble pedestal where the cats can be found. Debbie glances down and rereads the handwritten note she found in the drawer. Look for the lenses, listen to the cats again, figure out their names. The cats have somehow changed. Maybe. Okay, so let's go to the living room. I then... Why can I not use the... Okay, well then let's go to the stairs then. Maybe? Oh, we can now go below stairs because we've got a flashlight. Admit it, she's always been... Oh. Hang on, what? Oh God. Debbie cautiously takes a few steps forward, abandoning the stairs. She quickly sweeps the room with the flashlight, pointing it toward the basement wall, which allows her to make out a lot of different things. Oh my God, suitcases, tools, an electrical panel, some golf clubs, tricycle, boxes upon boxes, a winery. Ooh. So we needed Mellow was the middle one, which is 5. Pinot Noir is 2. And Shiraz is 3. Okay. Let's just keep reading. Merry-go-round horse. Without hesitation, Debbie decides to get out of here. She starts walking backwards when she suddenly trips on something. A well! She's fallen face first onto the basement floor. It takes her a few seconds to sit up and realize what's happened. She stumbled upon the opening of a well that's just sitting there in the basement. Oh my god. Thank goodness, I almost cracked my head open. Fearfully and with the utmost respect, Debbie peers into the well but is unable to see how far down it goes. As she reaches her arms out to find something stable to lean on, she comes across a taut rope leaning down the shaft and disappearing into the darkness. It seems really deep and give me a really good feeling at all. Can I pull the rope? Oh! Intrigued, Debbie tugs on the string. What would be down there? After a few seconds, she's managed to raise a small metal bucket. Seems to be something inside. The lenses! Woohoo! She pulls out the bag out of the bucket and opens it curiously. She points the flashlight into the bag just to be sure. Some lenses. Weren't they what I was looking for? What could they be used for? Almost instinctively, Debbie picks up the lenses, seem the same size as the flashlight. They fit. Confident she can put them to good use, she hurries out of the basement. Ooh. So let's go to the living room. She walks through the door and finds herself back in the living room. There's a couch with its 4 fluffy cushions, but now that she's found the lenses, she can't even imagine feeling tempted to take a nap. Debbie pulls out the flashlight and inserts the lenses and points it directly at the cushions. Your little secrets are no match for me. Ha! Meanwhile, to her right, the stairs await her, and to the left. Okay, so let's do this. Not that one. M. So, M. Oh. What does that mean? Gup? What does that mean? It'd be like M-U-G-R-P-Y. Oh my god, I'm running out of room on this page, so let's just go M-U-G-R-Y. Just in case that comes up again. Let's look at this one. Oh, Sylvester. So we got one of them. Okay. Go to the library. Got Sylvester.
Someone is waiting to... Using the right lens, the dice on the cushion will reveal my name.
Yeah, so we've got Sylvester. Okay. Right. Oh my gosh. Right. Where could we go next? Let's go to the stairs. We'll go upstairs because there was nothing more in the basement. She arrives at the front of the attic door. Oh yeah, she had a key. That's right, the key. Now we can go into the attic. It works! Filled with jubilation, she steps into the attic, leaving the hallway behind. The room is illuminated by the light from the street lamps, which enters through several small windows. It's spacious with a vaulted ceiling and a floor covered with wooden planks that creak under Debbie's feet. Dust and cobwebs collect in the corners. Debbie stops in the center of the sadly empty room and turns around on herself. But if there's nothing, all this mess for this, Debbie growls in bitter frustration as if she's in the position to demand an explanation from someone. Just she's about to break down in an adolescent tantrum, Debbie notices a door leading to the terrace. With pulses racing, she walks towards it, recalling the message from the 4th cat figure.
Someone is waiting to tell you my name, using the light up in the attic.
Mm.
Use your flashlight and the black cushion to send a signal.
Moment of lucidity, perhaps the result of fatigue and lack of sleep. Debbie takes out the flashlight, opens the door, and looks out into the terrace. Do I need the cushion? I think I need the cushion, but it wouldn't let me pick it up before. Maybe it will now? Oh, jeezums. Okay. There's so much going on. Let's go to the living room. And let's go to here. Can I just take it? I don't get the X then. Okay, let's go back up to the stairs. Hi, Dracos. Welcome. Upstairs. Attic here. Oh. Am I meant to know, is it like a Morse code type thing for X? Doesn't seem to be. Someone will give you my name. Unless it's Felix. I don't know how. Missing. Okay. He takes the flashlight, opens the door, looks out onto the terrace. But it does say...
Someone is waiting to tell you my name, using the light up in the attic. Use your flashlight and the black cushion to send a signal.
I don't understand the black cushion. The black cushion has a big X on it. I mean, that's a bit like an X. So is that. There, I don't understand. And this is the bit that seems to like... Unless it's doing that. Am I meant to do like that? A big X? That? I don't understand. Nothing else we can like interact with. It's just the torch. I said send the signal. Okay. Let's go have a look at that cushion again. In case I'm missing something. I feel like I'm not, but I must be. There's like an X, right? So, what am I meant to do with this? Can I take... I can't take it with me. It's not like other items that we've been able to like take with. So, I mean, these are different. That's like M. And that had this code, which we haven't solved yet. And then we've solved this one. That was Sylvester. Upstairs.
Someone is waiting to tell you my name, using the light up in the attic. Use your flashlight and the black cushion to send a signal.
Okay. I don't understand. What could it be? This is like using the light, unless it's... Ah! A T? Oh god, let's start again. C A T. Cat. Cat? 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 Is it cat? Is the answer cat? Living room. And then I can go to the library. Is cat one of the options? Oh yeah. The cat. What were the other ones?
Using the right lens, the dice on the cushion will reveal. As long as you know how to see it, my name is hidden in the prints on the big cushion.
Oh, it's Grumpy. Yes. I've rearranged the letters. And then what's this one?
The right light will show you where my name begins.
Yep.
To find out the rest, you will have to add a Pinot Noir, then a Merlot, and lastly a Shiraz.
Okay, so let's... Cheers. God, I feel like for this game you kind of need those. Okay, so hang on, let's turn that back to that. So then I need a Pinot Noir, which is 5. Is that 5 along? No, it's 2. So M A. Let's try that. M A. Then 5. 1, 2, 5. R. Is it Maru? And then 3. Yeah, Maru. We did it. Okay, the library. To the library. And then Maru. Ba 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 ba.
Another one.
Yes.
Another one of the house's secrets revealed. I feel like I'm psychoanalyzing the place. Erica C. The name engraved on the ring also appears in the book, and it seems like Erica played our perfect little wife in this story. Beautiful, elegant, polite, surrounded by wealth and opulence.
Couplets.
And don't forget about those cats she loves so deeply. But when she found out her husband was cheating, it all crumbled away. She demanded a divorce, and in the fallout, it ignited an all-out war in the family. She faced death threats from her husband and her mother-in-law.
Bloody hell.
And even through all that, she remained adamant getting that separation. Only a few weeks later, her body was found lifeless at the foot of a cliff. The police investigation was short-lived, and many clues pointed to it being a suicide. In my hand, I now hold Erica C's ring. Her story could just as well be mine. Trapped in a cookie-cutter life. From the outside, everyone envies you, but nobody knows it's a living hell. Who are you, Erica?
Oh, it's clearly your mother, right?
What secret did you take to the grave?
I mean, the amulet matched our amulet, right? Okay, Debbie lies asleep on the couch. The young woman has conked out after a busy morning. She's lying on her back. In her hand, she clutches the mysterious framed photo of Erica C, smiling alongside her inseparable cats. It's the last piece of the pharaonic puzzle that is in itself the mansion, the matryoshka of enigmas that Debbie is getting closer and closer to solving. Her right leg twitches spasmodically just as the cuckoo clock in the dining room strikes 5:30. Okay, so 30. Right? Unless this needs to be like exactly on. Okay, fine. Suddenly a noise wakes her up. Debbie opens her eyes and blinks repeatedly, aware and alert. What was that? Craning her neck slightly, Debbie strains to listen more intently. She's pretty sure she heard something. Now there is no doubt. The sound is coming from inside the house. Oh no, someone's broken in. Debbie instinctively jumps to her feet, dropping the photo of Erica on the couch. Her intuition urges her to hide in what might be the safest place in the house, the basement. Oh my jeebus! Abandoning stealth as an option, Debbie dashes for the stairs, but she's too late. As soon as she places her foot on the first step, she looks up to the top floor and sees, horrified, a dark hulking figure descending at full speed, ready to pounce on her. Pounce like a cat. He's coming to get me. Run, damn it, run, screams a voice inside her head. Debbie quickly turns back around and returns to the living room. Debbie leaps over the couch and lands on the floor, crouching there for a second. She can barely see the mysterious figure out of the corner of her eye, but recognizes them straight away. It's that man! How the hell did he get in the house? Spent all those weeks snooping around the neighborhood, but today he finally decided to take action. Why? There's no time to dwell on it. The intruder has already cleared the stairs and is heading towards her. Debbie jumps back over the couch and bolts towards the office. Debbie closes the door and leans her back against it. Her heart is about to burst out of her chest. She looks around frightened. She needs to hide somewhere, but the office is not the right place. Not here, you idiot. He'll easily find you, she berates herself. She can clearly hear the man's footsteps approaching. He's slow but determined, confident his prey will eventually fall into his clutches. I have to get out of this house now. Not stopping to think twice, Debbie runs out of the room. She heads for the exit, but the door to the hall is closed. Damn, he must have put the latch on it. Then it dawns on Debbie. She can no longer hear the footsteps. Has he left? Hundreds of images swirl through her mind. She remembers the collection of knives in the kitchen, then pictures herself wielding one. Holding her breath, she slowly recedes in the direction of the kitchen. Who are you? Debbie says, trying to hide her dread. The man silently starts inching toward her. Debbie keeps her distance, walking backwards. He is huge, much taller and stronger than he appeared to be through the window. He is dressed in black from head to toe, and the ski mask only allows her to see his expressionless blue eyes, which remind her of a shark. Shark eyes. Who are you? Answer me. It's like, what's it? Robert Durst. He had shark eyes. The big man opens his blue eyes as he raises his hands, ready to pounce on her. When he grabs her by the shoulders, Debbie scrambles and manages to dodge his embrace, but stumbles and falls hard. From the ground, Debbie reacts just in time and kicks down a chair, causing the guy to lose his footing and fall flat on his face. Crawling as fast as she can, she scurries back into the dining room. Is it her dad? Debbie immediately gets up and runs to the hall door, which is still locked. Cursing inwardly, she sees her pursuer returning to the living room. She flees towards the door to the stairs, but no matter how hard she tries, the knob won't turn. It's locked too. She's trapped. The masked giant blocks the way to the office bookcase. Did you send me the key? She defiantly snaps at him. The man still doesn't respond. There's a certain satisfaction in his gaze, as if he's enjoying himself. Are you the madman who designed this whole game? Tell me! Debbie tries to put distance between herself and the thug, keeping her back against the wall, never taking her eyes off him. What do you want from me? She desperately screams. Suddenly her eyes focus on the floor lamp, the only one switched on, and on its electrical cord. What? Oh, that's what she looks at? Okay. Debbie quickly crouches down and pulls the cable with her might. The room has gone dark. Debbie extends her right hand to feel for the chest of drawers that help her get her bearings. She's managed to disorientate the intruder, who remains still for a few moments. Both of them must now use their hearing to find the way. Suddenly, a small noise reveals where the man is standing. Debbie quickly opens a drawer and looks for something to throw at him. What? Okay, hang on. Oh, I gotta click on the here. This isn't working. Even though she's hit her target a few times, the intruder is still there. She can hear his breathing in the dark as he gets closer and closer, tracking her down. Debbie needs to use the tactical advantage of having lived in the house and knowing the layout of the furniture. Taking 3 precise steps, she returns to the living room and hides behind the sofa. She remains crouched there silently, waiting for the man to approach so she can trip him up. She must concentrate on the guy's steps. When he's close enough, stretch her leg out. Oh god, okay. She's with her plan. Oh. As soon as the huge Hulk drops to the ground, landing right next to her, Debbie climbs on top of him. The disparity in strength between them is obvious, but the surprise factor gives the young woman a slight advantage that she makes the most of. They struggle. She scratches him, hits him, pulls his hair, doing anything she can to hurt him. The thug grabs Debbie's face with enormous hands. He looks like he could snap her neck with the flick of a wrist. Wait, Debbie, the man mumbles. I don't want to hurt you, but Debbie can't hear him. Rage has taken over. Your father. The man isn't able to finish the sentence. Debbie sinks her teeth into his hand and bites as hard as she can. Arrgh! The guy manages to get away, but Debbie reacts quickly. Bite. She gets away, but Debbie reacts quickly. You won't get away this time. Oh. What do I need to do? Gets away, she... What am I meant to do? Oh, I meant to just hold it? Okay. Debbie is looking in the kitchen drawers for something to tie the man up with. He now lies passed out in the living room. The last thing the intruder expected was for an 18-year-old girl to fight back. Disorientated from being brutally bitten, the guy shook Debbie off and ran after her, but slipped on the carpet and hit his head on the coffee table as he fell, losing consciousness. Debbie now has the masked man's wallet in her hands. She opens it, trying to find something that will tell her who he is. She finds about $50 in 10s and 20s, some photos that look like family mementos, and several ID cards. Security. A-team. Okay. You jerk. Debbie instantly recognizes the name of her father's private security company, A-Team Security. That's where he usually hired his bodyguards, security and hitmen, low-life individuals capable of committing all sorts of atrocities in exchange for a few bucks. I knew you would never leave me alone. Despite putting several thousand miles between them, her father, her one true nemesis, has ended up finding her. Coward, you didn't even have the guts to come yourself, she mutters, anger wanting to burst into tears. Debbie falls to her knees, defeated. She feels like she's living a never-ending nightmare, like the one she had as a child, every time she received a spanking or some other cruel punishment. And yet, this revelation fuels her desire to escape from her past and start from scratch. Here, she is still an outsider, a stranger. She can leave her problems with alcohol and drugs behind her, along with her other bad habits. Yes, she could re-enroll in fine arts, continue her studies. As for the house, it's undeniable that she feels a bond with it. She would love to continue here. But would she be able to afford it? These are very ambitious plans for someone who's broke and her auntie's money is running out. Then, a noise jolts her out of her reverie. It comes from the living room. Debbie briskly walks across the dining room into the living room. You're kidding me. The intruder's unconscious body is no longer there. He's gone. Has he left the house? Debbie glances out the window. It's already dawn outside and the neighbour has taken their dog for the walk. There's no sign of the thug. Debbie unconsciously relaxes her shoulders, satisfied that she has managed to scare the giant away. She would have liked to have given him a message to send to her father. She turns around. Debbie accidentally steps on something. She looks down at the floor and sees the stereoscope, surrounded by shards of glass. Oh no, I hope it's not broken. It's not the only damage caused by the scuffle with the masked man. The picture frame of Erica C. and her cats has also been broken. Debbie bends down to pick it up. Collateral damage, I suppose. Ooh. Okay. But what now? Where can I go? Can I go? Can't go to the dining room. Oh. Crap. A key! Discovery takes her by surprise. She has another look at the photo. She's been running around the mansion for long enough to know exactly what the number written on it means. But the piano, that's a new one. Right, that's it. Debbie sits up gracefully. She's just remembered where she's seen a piano before. Determined, she directs her gaze towards the office. Oh my gosh. She leaves the living room. Standing under the doorframe, she scans the office. There you are. On the reddish mahogany desk, right where she'd left it, lies a scrapbook. The blessed scrapbook. Debbie grabs the book and tucks it under her arm, prepared to walk through the wooden door at the back, the one that leads to the piano room. There's a piano room? Debbie closes the office room door behind her and enters the room. It's certainly not the most spacious room in the house, but it is still large and feels cozy. The walls are decorated with concert posters and jazz album covers. Charlie Parker, Lou Donaldson, Ben Webster, Milt Jackson, Don Cherry, Joe Pass. Some names ring a bell, while others she's not familiar with. What a lineup, she says. She smiles inwardly. Ah, like Cody bits. Okay, good to know. After gazing at the frames hanging on the walls, Debbie stands at the center of the space in front of the majestic grand piano that presides over the room. It has a unique shape, unusually bulky, as if it's hiding a secret compartment. Play a song for me. Debbie remembers the words written on the back of the frame. With utmost respect, she slides her hand across the wax wood, tracing a line over the thin layer of dust. She remembers being here before. She wants to play the piano, but finds that it's locked. Key is needed to open it. Ooh. Debbie tries the key that was hidden behind the picture frame. Sure enough, the piano lid opens with a metallic click. It fits. I knew it. Grinning from ear to ear, Debbie ceremoniously sits on the piano stool and begins to play. Time stands still as she plays. Perhaps only a few minutes pass by, or maybe several hours. Either way, it's enough for Debbie to forget everything. Her father, the mansion, her ill-fated 18th birthday, Hicksville College, and her pig of a boyfriend. After this brief mental pause, ecstatic, Debbie stops playing and becomes emotional in silence. Okay, enough of that. She exhales a big sigh and opens her eyes, ready to continue exploring the room with renewed curiosity. A shelf full of records catches her eye. Debbie pulls out a few and examines them. This one looks familiar. Just below the shelf, there is a record player with built-in speakers. It has several compartments and a phrase made up of letters and diamonds. They look like buttons. She's not there. All the hits. Light my fire. Oh, yeah. Take 5. Oh, like dancing men? Ah. That's Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Well, do I need to draw the dancing men now? So I'm going to go up, up, down, and then leggy. Then we've, oh, and the head's at the top. Then we've got a man standing on his head. And then we've got a repeat of the first one. Okay, cool. Don't know if that's important, but we'll see. Two-tone. Let's look at these again. Anything two-tony? Oh, yes. Okay. So we've got ENT, so ear, nose, and throat surgeon. Then a get to yours, GTY. And then a KFB. I don't know what that means. Let's go. Okay. The ENT. Maybe. GTY. AFV. It doesn't help at all. Buttons. What about our book? Because it did say a page, didn't it? Oh, it's like a treble clef. But okay, don't know what that means. No. Maybe it's no. I don't know. ENT, not there. Yeah. It doesn't even spell anything. Then play. I don't know what this means either. Like up, down, up. Hmm. Yeah. What are we missing? They look like buttons. Yes, they do. Is it the position of them? Is that important? Oh, yeah, well, then we've got this. I don't know how that relates to that guy. And it's not saying we can check any other room. Hmm. Only two-tone. None of these match that either, though. Hmm. Just trying to think. Ah, Jeezums. How? Why? I feel like, because there's nothing else we can like deal with, is there? And like the number of letters doesn't even match the number of letters here, which is another thing I thought it could be. Unless it's just like the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th, maybe? The 3rd, the 5th, 7th. Okay, we got there. Jeezums. Okay, take that. Beaming with joy, Debbie bends down to peer into the compartment she's just managed to open. Inside is a set of slides. I know where these go. Yes, no time to spare. Debbie grabs the slides and returns to the place she left the stereoscope. Cool. Confident it still works. Which would be the living room. Can we go back? How? Oh, it's the dining room, actually. Okay, she left the stereoscope. Yeah, but how do I... Oh, do I need to take him? Ah, there we go. This game, sometimes it just boggles my brain. Back in the dining room, Debbie nervously paces up and down, her eyes scan the floor. Where the hell is it? She finally finds it. The stereoscope has been slightly damaged after the scuffle with the thug her father sent, but it still works just as well. Debbie carefully places the slides that were inside the record player and looks through the viewfinder. Time is on my side. So what is... Oh my god, I'm going to have to remember music. That's E. F, G. A, and then B, B. E, G, B, B. Oh, and then we want 9, 10. Oh, then another time. Oh my gosh. Okay. Then we want 6, 20. Your name. Okay. Then I've got your name, which should be F. Oh, actually, no. If it's... Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's then going to be D, E, B B A E. Debbie. Debbie. Okay. Time is on my side. Okay. All right. Back to the piano room, I guess. Oh. Oh. Okay, so that's E. Debbie stares at the clock for a few seconds, mesmerized. The numbers have turned into letters. This is crazy, but what am I supposed to do? She mutters to herself as she scratches her hair completely disheveled. Suddenly, Debbie goes over the slides again. Wait a minute. What does my name sound like? Debbie feels like her head might just explode from all the thinking she's been doing. She's anxious, is close to solving the riddle, but she needs to hit the right key. The right key, that's it. She thinks as she walks out of there. Actually, well, wasn't it? There was like one that was like 9. Oh, so be D E. And then B E. And then I E. Right? Except it did have Debbie. Okay, well that's the piano room then. Okay. Piano. A E F D B A C. Okay. E F B. Hang on. D. Okay. 2. E C A. Okay, let's play that one again. D F E D F. Hang on, I just need to see that bit again. C A B D F E. Yeah. Okay, and then what's 3? B A C D. Play it again. Sam. A C D F E. We haven't done a single G, but okay. I don't know what that means. Debbie prances around the grand piano. The jazz musicians on the wall seem to celebrate her triumph. Yes, yes, yes. Am I or am I not the best? As she plays her name, the lights on the piano have begun to flicker, and immediately a small hatch on the side of the instrument has sprung open. Debbie walks over and looks inside, where she finds a strange metal button. She's about to press it, but restrains herself. She feels as though she's about to desecrate a sacred place, like the sarcophagus of a pharaoh. Well, we've already pressed it, so whatever. The bowels of an Egyptian pyramid. What if at the end of this labyrinth there's nothing but a curse, and she ends up dead? Just like those tomb raiders or archaeologists who died under strange circumstances. No risk, no reward, she says to herself before pressing the button with a trembling finger. And then the piano starts to play it by itself. It sounds like pre-recorded melodies. It's a mechanical piano, Debbie concludes, somewhat disappointed by the finding. Player's piano mechanism seems to be hidden in the soundboard, which seem much larger than usual. Debbie persists and repeatedly presses the button. The letters on the keys sync as melodies she doesn't recognize play. Tired, she plops down on the piano stool and shrugs her shoulders. Her eyes are again distracted by the walls. She feels lost and overwhelmed for the first time by the enormity of it all. Where the hell does this joke end? What's the point of all these puzzles to drive me crazy? Debbie looks down, giving up. She feels like sending it all down the drain. The piano, the puzzles, the mansion. Then suddenly her eyes light up. I'm so stupid. Debbie gets up and rushes over to the record player. There it is, underneath the record she pulled off the shelf. How did I forget about you? Triumphant, Debbie lifts up the scrapbook with the blessed... Oh, thank God! Opens it to the page that was written on the back of the photo. Surely you know what I have to do next. Surely. Poster with its bold camera, Billie Holiday. So it's saying that plus those? Oh. That minus? I'm confused. That minus those. So, is it those four? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Oh, jeezums. Okay. So is it if I did a... Oh, it's numbers. Okay. Okay, so let's draw the line E, F, D, B, A. Makes sense why none of them had G. C, D. So that would be 9. And then this one. Let's go again. E, C, A, B, D, F, E, which is 0. Let's go across. B, A, C, D, F, E. Also 5. Sometimes I get things first go.
Dear Debbie.
Yeah, Debbie.
These are difficult words for me to write, but I suppose you deserve some answers. Before I was born, my parents had scripted my fate, forcing me into a loveless marriage and a life full of pretense. I was also compelled to follow in their footsteps and become an architect. However, I encountered constant roadblocks put in my way by those who couldn't stand to see a woman excel. Unexpectedly, my penchant for thievery saved me from that hell. I confess that the thrill of orchestrating a heist and getting away with it offered me some unparalleled satisfaction. While my exploits had been modest at first, perhaps the time had come to aim higher. When you think about it, thieves and architects aren't so different. Both are masters of blueprints and plans. I then set out to lead a double life and take revenge on those who had humiliated me, stealing from the very buildings they never let me design. They never caught me. They didn't even suspect me. They all thought I was the perfect wife. Only my beloved cats knew who I really was. But then, as fate would have it, I became pregnant with a baby girl, whom I named Deborah.
Deborah.
I instantly became aware of the grave mistake I had made. You were not the mistake, my Debbie. The context was my husband, his family, the society in which I was forced to live. Plunged into despair, I could barely get out of bed. I worried about your future, our future. Refusing to subject you to live with a captive mother, I made a choice that haunts me to this day. I ran, feigned my death, and disappeared without a farewell. Yes, Debbie, I am your mother. Serena Pullen, Leon, and Erica Clow were mere masks that life forced me to wear in order to survive. These secrets are hidden in this house, your house. Now that you've discovered them, I can only hope that someday you'll understand why I did what I did, and that you'll find it in your heart to forgive me. Love, Mom.
Forget about me forever, Debbie writes on a postcard. Treasures of the house had given her the financial freedom to say definitive goodbye to her father, closing a painful chapter of her life. She feels happy. 8 months ago, she enrolled in fine arts, finally finding a space to explore her emotions and give artistic form to the questions that still haunt her. For Debbie, art has become more than just an activity, it's a tool for self-discovery and profound expression. At university, she met Diane, who brought both emotional stability and creative partnership into her life. Together, they founded the Killer Kittens, a feminist art collective dedicated to challenging societal norms and sparking reflection through performances laced with biting humour and sharp critique. Every joke is a small revolution, Debbie thinks to herself as she presses a stamp onto a postcard. The house, once a somber space, weighed down by memories, is now her sanctuary and studio. It has been transformed into a vibrant, lively haven where the Killer Kittens gather to brainstorm, create, connect. It stands as a silent witness to the emotions, thoughts, and projects that Debbie records in an old red notebook. But not all shadows have disappeared. On the quietest of nights, Debbie still wonders about her mother. Is she alive? Should she look for her? The idea of a reunion hovers between a pull of nostalgia and a deep unspoken fear. On a bedside table next to the now complete amulet of the book, Your House seems to watch her, offering promises of answers she isn't sure she's ready to find. She often leafs through the pages, finding comfort in the realization that, like her mother, she now has something invaluable, a dream to pursue, and plenty of mistakes to make. The end. Oh, that's cool. That was fun. Hard. I still don't know what the dancing men were about. And then there was that phone number that's like on the. I wonder if. Nah. I wonder if you could go in and like play. Call that number. I don't know. And I don't want to get stuck doing a whole flippin' chapter again. So, yeah. But that was really cool. Like, I guessed it was her mum to start with. But yeah, no, really, really interesting. Difficult. Definitely, like, I've got a page and a half of notes that we've written down. Not a lot of replayability, of course, once you know, like, the puzzles they're done. But really enjoyed it. No AI, hand drawn, really fun. But yeah, so thank you so much to anyone who joined me. But yeah, and I will see you either on YouTube tomorrow or I'll see you on Twitch same time next week. Bye.